Hi, welcome back to my channel, family. How you guys doing? It's your girl Julie Bride, and I have come with another excited video. It was actually requested, so I decided to do it for the general public. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below, and also turn off your post notification if you love my content and want to see more videos that I have to give to you guys. And for my returning subscribers, you guys are my superstars. I love you guys. Okay, so before I go forward to give details, I got few requests, like maybe 2 or so, about I made a video about how I got denied, and few of the things I did differently the last time I applied and I got it right, which was my one of them was my letter of explanation. So somebody requested, or should I say asked me or sent me a message to ask me details of how I replied or what I wrote in the letter. So maybe if I get the message, I would post it somewhere on the screen. So I decided to actually do a detailed video about letter when applying. Before I go forward, sorry, I have everything listed down, and I kind of have a copy of my letter of explanation on my phone. So maybe I would read it out, I don't know, but I basically just wrote details. So now I want you guys to know that there are 2 types of letters, right? And depending on your application steps and what you are applying for, determine the type of letter you're going to be writing. So we have letter of motivation and letter of explanation. Let me talk about why you need to write a letter first of all. Canada visa or any other some other countries, right, you don't actually have the opportunity to do an interview for them to ask you questions and you answer. So what is expected of the visa, what is expected of you to do is to write a letter of motivation to state why you feel you want to travel, depending on what you're traveling for. If you're traveling for studies, if you're traveling for work, so you have to write a letter of motivation to explain why you want to go, why you need, like, why should the visa, because they have thousands and millions of applications, so why should the visa officer pick you or choose you to offer the visa, right? It's not just all about your documents, it's not just all about all you submitted or why you're coming. You have to give them a concrete reasons, because now they are not asking you questions, so you have to actually use your initiative, your intuition to say, okay, what are these questions, what are the necessary questions these people would want to know about me. So I'm going to in summary just give you guys like few tips on what should be expected in your letter of motivation. So while letter of explanation is if you've had a denial, if you've been denied once or twice or 100 times, whatever, your next application, what you should write is letter of explanation to actually explain. They definitely, for them to deny you, they'll definitely give reasons why they are denying you. So now you have to now explain, you have to now give them concrete reason, explain that reason, right? So I'm going to be stating everything in this video, so just stay tuned and watch. So let's start first from letter of motivation. So how I start is, I don't know if you can use to whom it may concern, I don't know, but what I wrote is dear visa officer, because you don't want to use dear ma or dear sir or slash or something. Just put dear visa officer. And after dear visa officer, this first paragraph should be like an introduction of you, like your name. You state your full name as it is on your application. You state your age, Then you state why you are applying, right? So you state your name, you state your age, you state why you're applying. I'm applying for a study permit to Western University in Toronto for an accounting program or an accounting degree or a nursing degree or whatever degree you're doing for. So you state your school and you state your name, the course you are going for. Okay, so that is what the first paragraph should, or that is what my first paragraph carried. Let me not say should. I'm not an expert in this. I'm just saying whatever I'm saying here is just my own experience, what I wrote. Okay, so I'm not an expert in this. So second paragraph should still be like now first paragraph just introduction of you, like just state your name and whatever about you. Now second paragraph should now carry in details things about you, like your personal life, right? You can write, oh, I'm a Nigerian, raised and bred in Edo State, Benin City to be precise, raised by my grandmother. I'm just stating my own personal story. Okay, raised by my grandmother. I attended so school. I attended University of Port Harcourt. Just, you know, go straight to the point. You attended University of Port Harcourt, so course from this year to this year, right? So that is also an introduction, right? Like you just went like deep. Just say things that you feel like will interest these people, you get. Then third paragraph is now where you actually personally sell yourself, right? What is it about you that should interest the visa officer? So you want to sell yourself to them. So you, by selling yourself to them, you could tell them story about your, a short, not see, I say sell yourself to them, right? Write things about yourself and all, but don't write unnecessary things. Ensure you write things that are like that will interest the visa officer. That was why I stated in that video that after writing it, we gave it to a lawyer to actually go through it, right? So any unnecessary things that a good lawyer will not cut out, not charge and bill lawyer, a good lawyer. So whatever the lawyer feels like, oh, this is not necessary, this is not necessary, let's crap it out and all those things, yeah, good. But still ensure, even if they are crapping out, still ensure you're sending out a message. So as I was saying about the third paragraph, your experience in high school. Oh, in high school you were one of the prefects, were your class captain, you developed something, maybe those that are really into engineering that could actually create something. We see young people these days actually making airplane and all those things, right? So you craft something, you did something, right? You went for an excursion or a competition, school competition, you won, you did, like, just brief but make it exciting, right? Oh, this was your high school experience. You could state what you've been able to achieve, the reward you got that was gotten from your achievement. Then you could state your current job and how much impact you have in your job. So you could just, like, you know, summarize it and state few things, right? Things you feel you've done. Oh, you're a good team leader, you work with some, you're a good team leader, you have it, you actually coach some of your team members in your work office, whatever. Just, you know, just say something. These are just light point though, right? So that's what you can state on the third paragraph. So on the next paragraph, you would now really write about why you want to travel to Canada, why you choose, like, why there are other countries you can go to, right? There are other countries, they have US, they have Canada, Australia, you get, but why Canada? What's so special about Canada? So this is where you sell their country, like they make them feel like, make the visa officer feel like, is this person not actually writing about the country I am in? Like, is this person writing about the same Canada I know? Make them feel that way, right? So you can write why you choose Canada. You're going to explain to them why Canada is your choice. So this is where, for me, I think what I wrote was because I was coming to study, so I wrote about Canada being one of the best, Canada educational system being one of the best in the world and most recognized anywhere in the world, like their certificate. And it's true. If you take Canada certificate to the US, you pass. If you take it to the UK, you pass. Like you necessarily don't even need to write some exam depending on the course you're going for, right? Like for nursing, if I take my nursing degree and my nursing certificate to the US to say I want to work, I don't need to go write exam in the US again. If I take it to the UK, I don't need to go write exam in UK again. Like it's straight employment. I don't need to get their country certificate, right? But in the US, if you studied nursing in the US and come to Canada, you still have to write their professional exam for you to be able to practice in Canada. You get? So that is one of the advantage, and that was one of the points I gave. Like their educational system is standard and it meets world standard in every other country. So you, depending on the field and depending on what you are coming for, if you study and or sell it to them, tell them, oh, their country, you know, and then they know as well. You get? And you're not the only person that will still write it. There are a lot of people that are coming for study visa, so they still write it and then they know as well. But make yours a bit like unique. Let them see like points, right? So and then on this same paragraph, you're going to write what you feel like the benefits you're going to get from Canada, from studying in Canada. Another paragraph is, sorry guys, I'm looking down at my notes. So another paragraph is, the next paragraph is, you are not going to explain your financial status. Like, okay, if you come, not just the financial status, like if you come to Canada, how are you going to settle in? How are you going to blend in, right? In Canada, like what are you, what's your, how will I say it now? Okay, let's say you're coming to Canada, definitely. What's your financial status? Are you going to be able to take care of yourself? So you need to explain to them that you've put in measures, you've put things in place, right? Finances, especially in majors, that is going to sustain you all through your time of study, right? You definitely will have proof, like showing them your certificates, your bank statement. So you state there, or in your bank statement you have so amount in your account equivalent to whatever $1,000 in Canadian, right? If whatever you have in your account is equivalent to 1,000 Canadian dollars, so you write that you have this amount in your account equivalent to 1,000 Canadian dollars, that would be able, that's just an example, 1,000 Canadian dollars would not take you through a month. Yeah, will not take you through 2 months. Let me just say a month. Yeah, if you add rent, feeding, transportation, maybe 1 month, depending if you're single or you're family person or so. But 1,000 Canadian dollars would take you just through maybe 1 month. It doesn't even take me through 1 month if I include both carries fees and daycare fees and everything. So you have to now state that, oh, this amount you have, you've already calculated and whatever, right? We'll take you through your stay. We put you through your stay in Canada, right? So you state your, you state your finances. Then you also state if you have a sponsor, right? If you have a sponsor that is sponsoring you to come study, then you can, that's where you now explain your relationship with that person. Oh, I have a sponsor. If his sponsor is your father, definitely in your application your father's account statement will be there as well. So you're going to say, oh, you have also relationship with your father, and you guys have an agreement already that your father is going to stand as a sponsor and help you pay your fees. If you have any financial need in Canada, your father will be there to send you. You have to like explain, and you have to say, oh, okay, proof of his account statement is also in your in your forms that you submitted, or in your documents that you submitted. So you have, if you have assets back home, you are not still going to state that, oh, you have assets back home. You get, you have things back home that that you have assets that maybe might, if you want to sell them, okay, let's say if you want to sell the asset, you cannot say, oh, you have assets that you can easily sell, right, and get funds so to support yourself as well. So that is what the next paragraph, the fifth, I think that's like the fifth or the sixth paragraph, right? So the next paragraph now, which is one of the major paragraphs I always tell people, is that to never like skip or forget when they are writing their letter of explanation is your plan of return back home to Nigeria. In short, this was one of the things I think I missed, right? In my first applications, I didn't indicate my plan of return, because you know why most people forget this stage, because they actually don't have a plan of returning back home. So that's the main reason they actually forget this step in their letter of motivation. But from henceforth, if you've watched this video, I hope you don't forget this stage, right? This is one of the stage, because this is one of their reasons they are going to deny you. You can explain every other thing. Without this, every other thing you have been writing is counterfeit. Okay, so your letter of your explain you will return back to your country after your studies. Now, what to like tips to put, right? You now have to explain your ties back in your country. If you have children back in your country, you cannot state, oh, you have kids that you intend to return back to after your years of study. Then if you have like family, maybe husband or wife or parents or siblings, you can state as well that you have siblings, your people are 5, you have a family of 5, a family of 6, and so you're definitely going to return back to your family. And then aside returning back to your family, you are now also going to state a job offer. Maybe you're already working now, right? You could state that your company have stated clear to you that they are going to employ you back once you go to study, because they would need your knowledge or whatever impact you gain from Canada to impart in your job, right? And you come back maybe to train more staffs, to help the company grow, and all that your company has offered an automatic employment for you after your studies. So you definitely have a reason to go back to, right, for work as well. That's another great reason. Then another thing you could state is your assets. If you have assets back home, you have houses, you have business, you have landed properties, you have something, anything asset at all that you have back home that you can fall back to. So you could tell them that, oh, you have this, you have that you intend to actually go back for. You cannot just leave your asset or leave your properties, right? So you tend to go back to for these things after your study. What else? Sorry guys, let me just read. What else? Okay, so yeah, so those are some major things that you could write. If you have any other thing, just actually think, right? What are those things that you feel like definitely would make you want to return back home, and state it, right? So let them see that, okay, yes, that you actually plan on return. You have a lot back home that you actually plan to return to. Okay, so lastly, okay, a vote of thanks, right? Vote of thanks, like, oh, thank you, and you can state, I hope to hear from you guys soon. You can state that you hope to hear positively from them soon, right? So that's it about letter of motivation. Okay, so if this is your first time, if you're planning to apply, I hope this video actually help you in composing your letter of motivation. Okay, and if it does, please, if you gained one or two things, please put it down in the comment section. Okay, put it down in the comment section. All right, so let's go to letter of motivation. If you've not been denied before, if this is your first time of applying, you have no business with letter of explanation. But if you've been denied, yeah, this is your session, this is what you want to listen to. Okay, so if it's your first time and you feel like you want to actually still learn, that's good, continue watching. Okay, so letter of explanation, I'll just keep this very short because it still like comprises of some of the things I already stated in letter of motivation. So guys, I just realized that my daughter is talking. I'm very sorry if you hear any noise in the background. I am very sorry, like, about the noise. I was so lost in this video that I forgot that I ignored that she was making noise in the background. Okay, so in case the noise pops out, I'll try as much as possible to see how I can dim it down, but in case it pops out in the video, I'm very sorry. Just focus on my voice and forget about the background, the noise on the background. Okay, so let's go to letter of explanation. All right, so it will still take like the same format. You start with dear visa officer. Like I said before, letter of explanation is the letter you write when you've been denied, and the reason for you to explain the reasons why they deny you, for you to now explain your parts. Okay, so so depending, you state dear visa officer, then yeah, I think you could use to whom it may concern at this point, I don't know, or dear visa officer, right? So you can state, you state your name, right? Then you now state I applied. Now you are using like a past tense, right? Because that first one you are applying for, so it's definitely present, like something that has not happened, so you're applying for it now. But now you're not going to state I applied for a study permit if it's a study permit, or for a work permit if it's a work permit, right? Then on so date, you include the date you first applied. So I'm going to be using my preference. I applied for a study permit April 5th 2022, but got a visa refusal on April 27th 2022. You guys, I'm just using my preference. So now you include your UCI number. UCI means unique client identifier. This is what they will identify you with. It's like a 10-digit number. Why? Is because why you have a UCI number is because they might have like up to 2 or 3 Juliet Egwasa. I might not be the only Juliet Egwasa in the full Nigeria or in the full world, right? So they might have another Juliet Egwasa. I've actually seen somebody that bears my name Juliet and my surname, like my father's name, then Juliet Okunoga. So imagine somebody like that and I were applying for the same position. Okay, so that's why you have your UCI number. So it's a 10-digit number, and then you also can include your, not also, you have to also include your application number. Is your application number they would use to go bring out your file or search out your file, right? To see all the things you've applied for, like what you've applied for and why they denied and everything. So that's the first paragraph. So the second paragraph, I love you so much, mommy. I love you too, baby. Mwah. So the second paragraph is you are just like going straight to the point to explain, or to explain the reason they denied you. So you're going to go straight to the point and address those reasons of refusal. So for example, let's say this is the second paragraph. So let's say you were refused based on the fact that you might not return back after your study, right? Because one of the reasons they always give majority of people is, oh, we're not sure you're going to return back home after your stated time of studies or whatever. So now you're not going to explain. Yeah, you're going to now give them reason. That was why I stated in letter of motivation, that last reason, you have to give more reason, you have to state it, right? So yeah, you're going to give them a reason why you definitely will return back. Like I said, it could be a job opportunity that is already open for you. They just want you to go and study and come back, right? To go and get more skills and come back. It could be a family business. That's another reason. It could be a family business that, oh, your father has this company or your mother has this company, and that's why they are sending you, or they want you to actually go get more training, get more skills and all, to come run the family business. So you're expected to come run the family business. That could be one of the reasons for you to return back home. So it could be there anything. So you have to actually explain in details why you would definitely return back home, okay, after your stated years of studies. and also in this point, if you have also traveled out of the country before, maybe to Dubai, maybe to the US, maybe to the UK, and you stayed the expected days or months you were supposed to stay, and returned back to your country and returned back to Nigeria, you cannot state that you have actually traveled, that they can check, yeah, this is where you snap all your passport pages, all the pages on your passport where they stamp, you get, to different countries. So in my case, I've traveled to South Africa. I went there for a training and I was given a 2 weeks visa. Was it a 2 weeks? Yeah, a 2 weeks visa, and I stayed for like 5 days. So I've gone to South Africa for a training as well, and I stayed for 5 days. I was given a 2 weeks visa, but the training lasted for 4 days, so I stayed for 5 days and I left the next day after the training. Then you can also state, oh, Dubai, I go to Dubai for holiday with my husband and we return back home. So all the stamp, I have proof of it in my passport pages, like they were all stamped, my entry dates, my exit dates to these countries. I've gone to India, I was given a 2 months visa and I stayed 1 month and 2 weeks. You get, so this is me. So you could put the reason why, oh, see, I don't actually, like, you've not stayed in other countries illegally, you've not stayed in other country after the expected time that they give you in your passport. So you could add those reasons to it, right, to make them see that, oh, okay, this person have actually never broken this rule before of staying more than the expected days or months that she was supposed to stay or is supposed to stay in a particular country. So that could be like a very strong ground for you as well. Then let me see what else. Okay, so another example which can also be the next paragraph, right? These are based on your ties in Nigeria and your ties in Canada. So now, if you have a family member in Canada or a family friend in Canada that maybe you've actually stated in your application that you have somebody in Canada, you could say, oh, you have a family member, but maybe you're not really relying on something to stay with this family member because your school is not where the family member is, or if your school is in where the other family member is and you tend to stay with your family member for this duration of time, you could state, yes, your school is in so place and you tend to stay with this your family member for the duration of time. And you could also state, if this your family member or your friend or whoever legally staying in Canada, if this person is legally staying in Canada, definitely they should be legally staying in Canada. You could state that this person is legally staying in Canada and this person have actually not exceeded the amount of days or time, you understand, spent in Canada. This person is working or this person is schooling or whatever, right? You can also state it there, so let them see. So if you don't even have anybody, you could say that yes, you don't have any family and friend. That is why you financially prepare yourself so that you're settled in, you understand, so that you're settled in. And also you could explain all that to the visa officer, and then your ties back home, it still boils down to giving them proof you have family members, you have siblings, you have husband, or you have wife, or you have children, or you have parents. This is where you give them quality reasons, right? That you have these people, you have companies, you have something back home that you intend to return back to. Okay, so it's still like almost the first one, because most times they kind of twist. They'll tell you this one, so you just have to explain. So if you have family members in Canada, so you could state that this is what I noted. So you could state that this person, you could mention them and say this person has been legally staying in Canada, abiding to the government rules, has never been arrested or charged with any criminal record. Okay, so yeah, that is it. Then you can also, another thing is your ties in Canada. Again, this is where you can also state that you've paid your school fees, or you've paid part of your school fees, and you have the other parts in your account which you intend to pay immediately you get to Canada, or immediately the visa is issued or something, you get. So that is another strong ties for you in Canada, that you've paid your school fees as well, you've done all your admission, you've gotten your admission. You could state your admission number and put a proof of your enrollment letter. Definitely a proof of your enrollment letter is going to be in your application as well. So you could state there that they should see your enrollment offer and all that. So I think the last paragraph on this, after explaining, if they give you 4 reasons, please give them explanation for the 4 reasons. If they give you 5 reasons, give them explanation for the 5 reasons. If they give you 1 reason, give them explanation for the 1 reason, okay, that they gave you. So just try to explain concretely, give them a good reason to reconsider. So after then, the last paragraph, you could not tell them how grateful, like tell them how grateful you are to them for reconsidering you and hope to hear something positive from them. And you can say, thank you, yours sincerely, full name. I wish you guys all the best in your application, and hope to meet you guys in Canada one day once you come. Okay, I hope you guys have actually gotten something from this, and I tried as much as possible to give detailed. This is my, like I said before, this is my own perspective, or this is what I wrote and the changes I made. Okay, so if you feel like you still need more information, you could consult a professional. There's nothing bad in consulting a professional if you feel that you can't write it yourself, or you can't do it yourself, or you feel like you're getting something wrong. Maybe you've gotten a refusal before and you don't know what to do next. It's okay to seek a professional consultation. That is it, and see you guys on my next video. If you've watched to this extent, thank you. Don't forget to comment if this video is helpful or was helpful to you. Don't forget to comment down below, and if there's anything you feel like you need to know, ask me any questions in the comment section and I'll definitely answer you. If I feel like your question requires a video, right, I'll definitely make a video for it. Okay, so see you guys in my next video. Ciao ciao.